Commander Elena Vasquez stood before the massive quantum transmitter array, its crystalline nodes humming with barely contained energy. After 3 centuries of silence, humanity was finally ready to answer the Galactic Council's invitation. The weight of representing an entire species pressed against her shoulders like a gravitational field. "All systems are green, Commander," reported Lieutenant Marcus Webb from the control station. "The quantum entanglement network is locked onto the Council's beacon at Sagittarius Prime." Elena nodded, her reflection caught in the polished surface of the nearest transmission node. Behind her, the observation deck was packed with world leaders, scientists, and journalists from every corner of Earth's solar system. Mars Colony's governor stood beside Europa Station's chief administrator, while delegates from the asteroid mining consortiums whispered among themselves in nervous anticipation. The first signal from the Galactic Council had arrived in 2157, a complex mathematical sequence that had taken humanity's best cryptographers 47 years to decode. It contained coordinates, a basic translation matrix, and an invitation to join a confederation of 12,000 sentient species scattered across the galaxy. But humanity had chosen silence, uncertain and divided about how to respond to such an overwhelming revelation. Now, in 2487, they were ready. The delay was necessary, Elena murmured to herself, remembering the words of the late President Martinez, who had established the Unified Response Protocol. Humanity had needed those 3 centuries to mature, to overcome their internal conflicts, and to develop technology sophisticated enough for meaningful participation in galactic affairs. During the Great Unification of 2234, Earth's nations had finally dissolved their borders in favor of a planetary government. The Martian Independence War of 2298 had taught them that human civilization was bigger than any single world. The discovery of faster-than-light communication through quantum entanglement in 2341 had given them the tools to reach across impossible distances. Most importantly, the Consciousness Expansion Project of 2403 had elevated human cognitive capacity to levels that could comprehend truly alien forms of intelligence. Elena herself was a product of that project, her neural architecture enhanced with quantum processing matrices that allowed her to think in dimensions beyond the traditional 4. "Commander, we're receiving preliminary acknowledgement signals from 17 Council member species," Webb reported. "The Zarathian Collective is expressing curiosity about our delay. The hegemony of rings wants to know why we waited so long." Elena smiled grimly. How could she explain 3 centuries of human hesitation to beings who might live for millennia? How could she convey the complexity of a species that had nearly destroyed itself multiple times before learning to cooperate? "Open the channel, Lieutenant." The quantum transmitter flared to life, its nodes erupting in cascades of coherent light. Reality seemed to bend around the device as it carved a tunnel through space-time itself, connecting Earth to a chamber somewhere in the galactic core where representatives of thousands of worlds waited to hear humanity's voice. Elena felt the familiar sensation of her enhanced consciousness expanding as the quantum link established itself. Suddenly, she could perceive the vast network of minds connected to the Council, ancient intelligences that had watched stars being born, collective consciousnesses spanning entire solar systems, silicon-based entities that thought in geological timescales. "Honored members of the Galactic Council," she began. Her words transmitted instantly across 40,000 light-years. "Humanity acknowledges your invitation and formally requests admission to your confederation. We apologize for our delayed response, but we needed time to become worthy of the honor you offer." The replies came in waves, some in mathematical equations, others in color patterns that bypassed language entirely, a few in temporal distortions that conveyed meaning through the manipulation of causality itself. Elena's enhanced mind processed them all, translating alien concepts into human understanding. "Welcome, young cousins," came the dominant response, carrying undertones of vast amusement. "We have been waiting for you to find your voice. The galaxy is larger and stranger than you can imagine, but you have taken the first step into a wider universe." Elena smiled as Earth's transmitters hummed with newfound purpose. Humanity's long silence was finally over. The conversation with the stars had begun.